Did you say fortunately or unfortunately?
No, unfortunately, because it's not as interesting.
Jesus.
I have to say no.
You want to be such a badass. It's pathetic.
That's actually it. Well, first of all, that sucked to hear. But yeah, it's actually interesting that it's saying like.
Tell that shit I got my diamonds dancing. Brought a bitch up, she another groupie banging. Got the whip up, my phones, yeah, we living lavish. Hit the shisha.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to yet another episode of the I May Regret This podcast. I'm your host, Kunal, joined by my co-host and my friend, Daniel, who's not really feeling like himself right now. So I'm going to try and get him in the zone. Daniel, first of all, how are you doing? And I wonder that because not just, because I'm asking as a formality, but because I'm actually genuinely curious. And at the end of the day, I just want to make it known that I care. It is kind of weird as I ask that. I feel like I'm at a dinner as I'm asking you that. And like, I want to start a conversation and ask about your day and see how you're doing. But like at the same time, I'm a little bit worried that like the waiter or the waitress is just going to be here soon. And then they're going to do their whole intro like, hey, my name is so-and-so and I'm serving you today. Here's a special. And then it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like I finally started a conversation. You just started telling me about your day. But now all of a sudden, like, what I'm being cut off to learn about today's soup special and the filet mignon. And it's just like, okay, well, now I feel like it's tough. You know what I mean? I feel like it'll be tough to pick up the conversation we just had about your day. And, what if, the waiter or waitress leaves and they just had the specific thing that they said or that they did that we just need to gab about right away? Then what? Do we just move on from that conversation, have our little chat about the waiter or waitress, and we just don't revisit your day and how you were doing? Do we not revisit that conversation? Or is it fine, I guess, to go back? I don't know. I guess it's just bizarre and interesting at the end of the day, but...
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just like feel like shit.
Oh!
I actually was not even paying attention. Like, not a single thing you said I was paying attention to. I really zoned out there. That was crazy.
Really hurts my feelings because I really just kind of walked through us being on a date, I guess, and me being nervous. And
Oh,
I don't know. I guess I was ignored then.
I love you.
Wow. Fuck you, dude.
I see. Dude, in real life, like while we were recording a podcast, you did the thing where it says like, you ever texting someone that like say you potentially like, and you notice that they're typing and there's the 3 dots when they're texting you, and then it just disappears and they don't actually text you anything. You just did that to me live while we're recording a podcast.
How?
I don't know. I saw that in the chat. You're cucking me.
Wait. Oh no, that's I put the little command in there to end our recording, like while I'm doing the introduction, so that when we're done, I just have to hit enter. I do that every episode, and this is the first time you've noticed it. This is episode 20.
Oh. So how are you, man?
I'm fine. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what? You know what? Tell the audience, but tell me as well what exactly you're about to do to me today.
All right. Well, I have a prediction that you're a little bit fucking crazy. So I'm going to test if you are a psychopath because I'm legit scared for my life most of the time, and I want to diagnose you so that I have a reason to get the authorities after you, basically.
Jesus. We host a podcast together. What would happen to the show? You would rat me out like that? You wouldn't get me help?
Well, I mean, I said bring you to the authorities. That's help.
No, why don't you just like get me a therapist or something?
So they can zap you.
What the? You're the worst friend ever.
This is the 1950s, right?
Dear God.
Basically, I have here a psychopathy test.
A what?
Psychopathy. Test if you're a psychopath.
Oh, a psychopathy test. Okay.
yeah, a psychopathy test. So
I pity you. I psychopathy you. Go ahead.
Yeah, moving on from that. So we have 12 questions, and basically I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to answer.
No. Next question.
No,
yes.
nice.
Or true. Or false. Repeat. Use it in a sentence. False. Actually, I'm going to go with false.
This is the type of shit.
See this right here, and this is why we're doing the fucking test.
All right, so you have to answer, no, this does not apply to me at all. This describes me somewhat, or this is definitely me. So
wait, no. Did you just list my options? Sorry, can you repeat that?
this is not me at all.
Okay.
It is like the first one.
Okay.
Second one is like, this describes me a little bit, somewhat.
Okay.
Third one is like, yeah, this is absolutely me.
Okay. So it's either like completely no in the middle, like so, or yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And there's 12 questions, and basically I'll tally up the score and see where you rank based on this website that I just Googled really quickly.
I didn't like.
So first of all, how old are you?
Yes, that is absolutely me.
Are you female, male, or non-binary?
A male.
I'm just gonna hit non-binary. Why would that even matter? Why would it? Like,
a psychopath test.
Yeah, are you gonna more predisposed to be a psychopath?
Well, I think that I'm wondering if, because I know that obviously there's a bunch of studies about like guys' tendencies to do something as opposed to girls' tendencies, and girls being more studious or whatever. So it's like, okay, if you're a guy, if you answer absolutely yes to this, that makes a little bit sense because like guys have more tendencies, scientifically speaking, but girls don't. So if you're, I don't know, man, I'm just kind of spitballing here. I guess I'm just stressed. I mean, I didn't study for the test. I only studied for 10 questions, and you said 12. Like,
you studied for this?
Well, no, but I mean a little because the notes. I use the notes.
Yeah, like psychopathy test for dummies.
Take it back, bitch.
Okay. Actually, I did read through these questions yesterday. I don't remember if I did all of them or not. And like, I feel like honestly, what this is gonna end up being is like, you're definitely not 100%. Like, no one's gonna be 100% a psychopath. That's pretty crazy. I think probably like 0.00 whatever percent would actually do everything for this. But I was going through this, and I could think about people in my life, and I'm like, you know what? Like, this describes you.
Am I one of those people?
Well, let's find out.
Nice, dude. That was not even scripted.
Question 1.
Oh.
Most would describe me as charming and nonchalant. I can turn on charm on and off like a faucet. So would you say that that's you to a T? That describes you somewhat, or that's not you at all?
Well, when you first said like most would describe me as charming, I guess the first thought is like a lot of adults say, "Oh, you're so charming," like whatever.
And then like that, they say, "Oh, Kunar is a little charming boy."
When you still have chubby cheeks like this, they cease to believe you're 21. They flip the numbers and think you're still 12. So yeah, my baby face. But then the second part of like, oh, I could turn my charm on and off, that makes me think like, a fratty douche or whatever, trying to just act like he can pull at any given situation. And that doesn't describe me at all. So I guess there's a 50% there. I would say that I have a certain charm to me, but I wouldn't go as far as to say like, oh, I can turn that shit on and off. Let's say so. That kind of describes me, but like not fully.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'll do this test along with you because
Yes,
I think I'm gonna put this is definitely me because I don't think everyone's gonna be like, oh, Daniel's the most charming guy in the world, but I can definitely turn it off and on because I feel like I just want people to like me. It's just who I am. So I generally put on a mask usually, and
to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
It's taken a long time, and I'm slowly every time I say that, it always has to go back to COVID.
Sorry,
COVID's ruined everything in my life.
Okay, so you're taking this.
Yeah, like wearing a metaphorical mask. Like I feel like it's taken me a long time to kind of peel those back, and like where I'm more just myself around anyone.
Help prevent the spread of COVID-19 by wearing a metaphorical mask.
But you know what? Just to make the spice, I'm gonna put this is definitely me. Okay, question 2.
Wait, hold on. Wait, question though. If you're doing this with me, I'm assuming there's gonna be like automatically generated results. So are you putting in your answers or my answers, or do you have 2 tabs and you're doing both?
I have 2 tabs.
You are like so fucking on point, dude.
Dude, it's so crazy. Like I had this tab open, and then I just I was like, man, I'm gonna right click this and hit like duplicate, and now there's like fucking 2. It's so
that's like
I'm like smart, I guess.
You're like a pimp for that.
Yeah. Is that one of the questions? Oh, that's question 2. Are you a pimp? Yeah, I guess that's definitely me.
And I guess like me as well, so me too. So I'll say yes.
Oh, question 2 is actually, do you make lies about yourself to make yourself seem cooler?
What
the
fuck?
No, I don't think that's
What the fuck?
All right, okay, no, here's actually question 2.
Yeah, here's actually.
Sorry? Excuse me, man? You got more to say, or do you want to let me read this?
No, I'm done.
Okay, I realize now these aren't actually questions. They're more just statements.
Okay.
2, I do what I want when I want, the moment the impulse strikes me, regardless of what others want.
Gross. Absolutely not. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say never.
Disgusting.
Not even because I wouldn't like. Sometimes I do want to act selfishly like that,
Yeah.
and then I don't because I care about what other people think too much.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that for me.
It
It's not
really
even
depends, actually.
It's not even the fact that like I care about what they think of me. It's I care about like what I might be doing to them. Like I got fed up earlier this week because I felt like I was doing all the work for our dog, for example. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. If no one wants to help, I'm just gonna do what I want. And if no one wants to help, they don't have to help. I don't give a shit what happens. Then I thought about the poor dog and how she was freaking out. And then I thought about how like my parents might get upset if they saw her freaking. I was like, ugh,
Yeah.
I'm not playing my video games. I'm gonna go babysit. Like, yeah, I can't adopt that mentality.
Yeah, I think I'm almost tempted to put this describes me somewhat, but even when I do things that others wouldn't want, I still always consider what like I always know what everyone's going to think about what my actions are. Even if I do it anyways, I'm still thinking about it.
Exactly. I fully agree. We're just like so compatible like that. Like I seriously would like take you out on a first date, probably not a second, but then I would call back for a third.
How? Okay, 3. If something goes wrong or turns out badly, it's not my fault.
That's such a dumb statement. Like I need context. What happened and was it truly my fault or not?
It's funny because like as a statement, it actually doesn't even it doesn't even really make sense. Like
let's create our own context then. You did something that could widely be considered to be your fault. It's not like completely objectively your fault, but generally subjectively it would be your fault.
Yeah. I figured this out about myself by talking to other people and like realizing the way they think. And I realized that in a lot of situations, if something goes wrong, I always blame myself first and then figure things out.
Me as well.
So even in situations where it's not my fault, I instantly feel like it is my fault, and then I think about it and go, no, fuck you. It was your fault, or like it was whatever, right?
Yeah.
But it always starts with me blaming myself. So I definitely don't really.
I definitely do the shoot first, ask questions later mentality, but to myself. So I shoot myself in the foot first and take accountability, and then I start to put the pieces of the puzzle together and ask questions and figure out what really happened. But if there's even like a small chance that something could have been on me, then I'm like, yeah, I guess I am an asshole. It was me. And then I try and figure it out from there.
Yeah. I really like that analogy, shoot myself first and ask questions later. It's really just the worst plan you could ever have. 4. I've gotten into legal or criminal trouble as an adult, not just a speeding or parking ticket.
No, not even that.
Yeah, fortunately not.
Did you say fortunately or unfortunately?
No, unfortunately, because it's not as interesting.
Jesus.
Absolutely no.
You want to be such a badass. It's pathetic.
You know, that's actually it. Well, first of all, that sucked to hear. But yeah, it's actually interesting that it's saying like not even saying like I've done anything illegal, but it's actually saying I've gotten into trouble as an adult. So I feel like that's actually different because I feel like a lot of people have done criminal shit, just not gotten caught.
I guess, but how much criminal?
Two different questions.
How much criminal shit have you done without getting caught? Like just right now on a public platform, why don't you just like tell us all the criminal shit you've done that has gone undetected, and
Probably,
like we'll just go from there. Because like there was that bank, right? Like that
there was like I was like playing Monopoly one time, and I was the banker.
Right.
And then I didn't give my friend there was like a 10 he was owed, and I just kind of stashed it. Like I took it out of the bank and gave it to myself, and then I felt like such shit about it after. Like I kind of cried about it, and then yeah, it was pretty awkward because it was at another family's house. So yeah, I kind of don't. I mean, the friend I still kind of talk to, but definitely the family. Definitely broke.
I'd imagine that would be awkward. And then he had a get out of jail free card, right? But you were like, guess what? And you pulled out the cuffs and you were like, daddy's here anyways. And you slapped him on and threw him right back in. And that was I was there, and it was so bizarre because you had such an intense look in your eyes, and like you were like salivating. You were salivating. He said, "Daddy's here," and I'm just like, "Guys, is this Monopoly anymore, or do we have to kind of be concerned?" And they were like, "Guys, come on, like let's not ruin another game night." But you were like, "No, I'm cuffing him. I'm cuffing him," and you pulled out your baton and you said, "Spread him. Let me see everything." And I was like, "Whoa, like what do you mean? Like hands where you could see him?" And you're like, "Yeah, hands where I could see him." And then like you fucking just like got up and left. You're like, "You know what? I don't even want to fucking play anymore." And I was like, "What just happened? Like, is he like legit pissed?" And then that was.
And then I cried after.
And you cried, yeah.
Wow, that was a crazy night. Yeah, I might be a psychopath actually.
You do terrible things to your friends in Monopoly and cry afterwards. Even after you won, you got up, everyone said congrats, and you broke down into tears. You said not like this.
Wow, they congratulated me. I have some like really easygoing friends, I guess. They just congratulate me after I do all that shit.
Right.
All right, 5. I am easily the best at what I do, bar none. Nobody could ever take my place.
Huh. When you say what I do, what are we talking about? Like work or?
I think it's just like
anything I do.
I think it's like when you. I'm trying to give you some examples. I think, say at work, like in your one position, be like, no one does my position better than me. Like I'm the shit. I like you're not necessarily saying like, oh, I'm the best CEO at this place because like you don't do that. That's not what you do.
Right.
But you'd be like, yo, I'm the best fucking podcaster ever. I'm the best at like fucking 2K. I'm the best, you know?
Right. I will say that I do approach every mentality of wanting to be the best. Like even if it's not known externally, internally, like I'm very tough on myself to reach that point.
Yeah.
So I would say that that's generally true in a workplace environment and all that. I don't like being like nasty and competitive and all that because it's like a cohesive environment and I want to treat it like a cohesive like team setting environment and whatnot. And like, you know what I mean? Do all the right things with my coworkers. And so I don't really want to have that. But when it comes to like 2K or just like, you know, any type of game in general or like sports or whatever, even if I'm rooting for a team, like I want them to be the very best team. Like when I see them being all, you know, friendly and showing good sportsmanship, like after a tough tackle, I get mad. I'm like, no, we have to be the best. Why are we shaking hands after a great tackle? You know, when he gets up, tackle him again, take the 15-yard penalty. I don't give a fuck anymore. So I will say generally yes, but I don't like to do it in a place where, you know, you have to generally work where you have to be professional, work with others and whatnot.
Yeah. I definitely feel that I've actually adopted this more over time because it actually benefits me. Like I do this with basketball where if you believe that you are that good, you actually kind of are. Because I find, especially with basketball, and this works with a lot of other things in life, is it's kind of all mental in a way.
Right.
And if you just convince yourself that you're that good and you know you can do this and that, then it like opens opportunities for you for sure.
Interestingly enough, it even worked in school for me. I remember in first year university, I'll make this a quick one, but like I really struggled on my first 2 physics midterms, even though I studied my ass off for them. I got 60s on both of them, but I was fully expecting 80s or plus. And so going into the exam, like at first, when I first started studying, I was kind of in my own head mentally, but then I was like, there's literally no reason for those 60s. Like I know what I did wrong. I'm literally like, I truly think I am the best at this in my class. Like I just kind of got caught off guard or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I just fucking aced the shit out of the exam, which was supposed to be harder than the midterm. And people who did well in the midterm did a bit worse on the exam. That's not to say that if you just say you're the best, you'll ace whatever you want. I still like studied, but I feel like I feel like I didn't put more work in than I did for the midterms, but I just walked in with a mentality like those mean nothing. Like I am the best. Like I am a top. Like I can easily top this. Like I just got caught off guard, whatever, and it worked. I didn't study any differently, but it worked.
You know, that's really interesting because I know when I did one semester where I did really well and I really buckled down that semester, and it's interesting that the stuff that helped motivate me was not constructive at all. Actually, the things that motivated me the most is when people doubted me. Like there was a time where I had a conversation with my professor and he was like, "Oh, you I was saying that like I needed to reach X grade to get into the honors list or dean's list or whatever for like whatever,
Yeah,
the
Dean's
summa
list
cum
for like
laude
Dean's list
thing.
for like the 9.0 plus GPA or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the summa cum laude shit. So
Yeah.
I was telling him what I needed, and then like I was with him at a lunch and another student that had graduated at this point, and they both like laughed out loud. They were like, "Yeah, that's tough. That's not gonna
Oh, I
happen."
love
And
that.
I
I
was just
love
like,
that.
"Yeah." And then there was another point. We're at a friend of mine, and we both like killed this midterm. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, man! I'm trying to do that on every single test." And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, right, man. Like, yeah, that's fucking impossible." And I was like, "No, man, like I'm really trying to do it." He's like, "Yeah, okay. Okay
Right.
there." And
Right.
then so like I remember those 2 moments so vividly, but like all the other times where I actually got constructive, I probably got constructive feedback where it's like, "Yeah, man, you could totally do it. Dude, you like if you put your mind to it, you're such a smart guy, all that stuff."
Yeah.
Which is great. I don't remember that. That clearly didn't motivate me. So like,
Yes, yes, I get like don't get me wrong, I love that. Like the positive encouragement, the constructive feedback. I love all of it, but nothing lights a fire under my ass than the
yeah.
sarcastic doubt or that laugh. Like literally that exact laugh that you
Yeah.
did made me want to
Yeah.
go write a test and get a 90. Like
Yeah.
no, I get it though. That definitely fuels me. So what was the question then? Are we totally agree? What was it again?
I'm gonna put this describes me somewhat. I said it's the the statement is I am easily the best at what I do, bar none. Nobody could ever take my place.
Yeah, I'll say somewhat agree as well. I don't want
And
to
I
be
feel
like a
like
total.
somewhat because sometimes I try to adopt that, but I've actually worked to adopt that. Where my natural place is like I like imposter syndrome. Like, oh no, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. Blah blah. Like that's where I naturally go, and then I have to work. I have to work myself up.
Right.
You know what I mean to get to that place.
And
So.
when with that statement, there's there's two different sides to that coin. I feel like there's like the competitive side, which is good, and that's the drive you should have. Then there's the cocky side too, though, which works for other people, but not for me because that's just not who I am by nature, and that's not that never really gives off a great impression of my character as well. So I never like reaching like the unhealthy like cocky point. That doesn't fuel me as well. It just makes me a little toxic, and I don't like that. But the competitive side, so
Yeah.
yeah, I would say it's somewhat. I would say somewhat, not
Yeah, I
fully,
think I
but
agree with you. Yeah, I do that a lot with like sports and like competitive things, but in terms of yeah, just real life, I think yeah, I don't adopt that.
right.
By the way, I put this describes me somewhat for both of us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's very
Okay,
good.
statement 6. We're gonna chug through this thing. I want to see the
Mhm.
results. I do whatever I feel like doing, and I don't care what others think, or even if it's illegal.
Isn't that basically the other one?
uh,
Like I do what I want when I want.
yeah, it is pretty similar. I do whatever I feel like doing, and I don't care what others think,
Yeah,
even if
completely
it's
disagree.
illegal.
No way, that's not me at all.
Yeah.
Especially if it's illegal. What the fuck is that question? I don't need
Yeah.
to discuss that one. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
I
definitely
think
not.
yeah, not me. I think, like well, that's the thing is sometimes I do what I feel like doing, but I definitely care what others think,
Exactly.
even if I do it against what they desire.
It's very tough for me to do something at someone's expense and just like not care or not even think
Yeah.
twice about it.
Even if I do it, yeah, I still think about them. So I
Right.
definitely care what they think.
Yeah.
Okay, 7. Every person for themselves. I don't see the point in feeling sorry for other people and have no desire to help others.
Ugh.
Yeah, I feel like these are the ones where it's just like, yeah, I mean, okay, come on. Like
Yeah, that's a little too
no one's gonna put this is definitely me for that.
right. That's a little
Yeah.
like I yes, to an extent, sometimes I have that every man for themselves mentality when I'm in that competitive state and I need to like really push myself hard. But the rest of that, like no, I would have to say no, not at all, because that statement like itself does not even slightly describe me.
Yeah. No, I agree. Um 8. I've gotten into legal or criminal trouble when I was a teenager. So I guess this is different. This is a teenager versus
As
an
opposed to
adult.
an adult. Well,
Yeah.
regardless,
And
no.
again, not just a speeding or parking ticket.
Right. Well, I mean, if you're speeding as like a 14-year-old, we have bigger issues on our hands. But no.
Yeah, unfortunately, not for me either. 9. I have no problem or concern in lying in order to get what I want.
I mean, again, like
Long pause.
there
I mean, kinda.
there's there's levels to this. Sometimes I do feel it is necessary to lie to get something or to get something done and then reveal the truth later. But I can't say I fully agree with that statement of like, what was it overall? Like, I don't care about. I
I
don't
have
care
no
about.
problem or concern in lying in order to get what I want.
Yeah, I can't. I definitely don't fully agree with that. I don't think I. It's tough. I would only partially agree if sometimes I'm okay with kind of lying, just to get something done that I truly feel is right and needs to happen, and then I'll kind of reveal it down the road. Like I would never do something. First of all, it would never be something shady that would truly be at someone's expense. It wouldn't be an extreme lie. If I
Yeah.
had to lie though, to like, for example, when we got our first dog, when we got Shadow, um, it was through like a friend of a friend, and my dad didn't know if we should call him or not because he was in a tough spot. So I stole my brother and I stole my dad's phone and just made the call, and we lied to our dad and said we never did. And then after we got Shadow, we were like, yeah, by the way, we stole your phone and did it. So like there, in a situation like that, yeah, that is somewhat true. So I guess somewhat, yeah, I
Yeah.
would do that.
You know what? I'm gonna put this describes me somewhat, and I actually have a funny story based on this because I definitely weigh how heavily um how heavy the lie is, but I definitely have no problem in lying for people's benefit, whether
Right,
that
right.
person is me or like other people.
Like a
But
surprise party or something, for example.
yeah, I guess so. I mean, I
Yeah.
hate surprise parties, but yeah, like that would be an example.
All right, man.
But yeah, here's the story. Is that I'm not gonna say any names, and I don't think it'll ever get to this person. But I was at this old house with some friends, and we were having a good time, like drinking and stuff. And we were just
Nice.
hanging out, playing video games, whatnot. And this roommate comes back, and I mean, we didn't really mesh with this roommate too much. I mean, he was an okay guy, but like we never really. It's not like we didn't get along, but whatever. We just didn't think he was like a fun guy to have around. Like he kind of killed the mood every time.
Mhm.
So we were having a really good time and he came and yeah, he kind of killed the mood and was kind of boring again. Not really
Right.
boring, but just like uncomfortable and it was just like, oh, well, there goes that. Like I was kind of thinking about going home. So then I
Right.
went to the kitchen to like get some water or something. I don't even know what I was doing in there. And then my friend comes in and he comes into the kitchen and he starts talking about this roommate that came back. And so this and he's like, yeah, man, like I don't know, he's acting all like sketchy like this. Like I don't know why he's like this. Like, oh man, it's such a bummer that he came back. Like whatever. He's basically
And
just
this
talking shit about him,
and
like
this is you
way
guys
too loud, clearly.
and this is you guys talking about the Killjoy roommate, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
And yeah, he's clearly talking about him too loud. I mean, we
Right.
were under the influence, but so then the Killjoy roommate walks into the kitchen and goes like, "Whoa, what? Are you guys talking about me?" And the look on my friend's face, I won't say who it is, but like my God, he was just completely like struck, like absolutely did not know what to say at all. And I jumped in and I was just like, wait, talking about you? What? What the fuck are you talking about? We were talking about this and this. We were talking about like so and so. What the fuck were you talking about? And I
You
made like
idiot.
yeah, I made the roommate feel like silly for even thinking that we would talk shit about him.
Right.
And then like yeah, think like he kind of seemed a little bit suspicious, and then like he was just like okay, whatever, and like it kind of
Ye
settled down, and then didn't really go anywhere. And then I talked to my friend later. I was just like, "Yo, I fucking saved your ass like
Right.
so hard."
I just love that roommate comes in fully correct about his
Yeah,
assumption. It's like, "No, you dumbass. We're talking about like,
yeah,
what is wrong with you? You
yeah.
paranoid freak." It's like, "Oh, I am a loser. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry for ever doubting you."
Yeah, exactly. Which is really sad when you think about it. But that was the only way I felt like it would be believable, as if it's just like, that's absurd. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? We would never,
Do I
even
know
though
this
he was
person?
clearly right.
Do I
But
know this person?
yeah, you do.
Can you say the name? We'll bleep it. I'll make a
uh,
note right now. I have my timer in front of me, so I'll know exactly when
so
to bleep it.
I was talking to Sid, and the roommate was Kunal
Ho
Bargocha.
Wait a second, I'm not what the fuck? We're cutting this. No way. Who was
Okay,
it?
no, actually, get ready to bleep it because I'll actually tell you who it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, it was talking shit about him, and the roommate was
I don't know that guy.
he was in
Oh. Oh, interesting. I don't know that. Okay, one
You
sec.
have to
I'm just
bleep a
checking it
bunch
out.
of shit out there.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
That's gonna be fun.
there'll be a nice big bleep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I know the first person you mentioned, but like the person you were talking to, but I don't know that. I don't think I ever met him, at least.
I think this is really boring content for everyone listening, so I'm gonna move
I
on.
guess so.
Okay.
I'll just reveal the name. He Uncle was the annoying roommate. Next,
Yeah, it was
er,
okay. 10. Live in the moment is what I say. The future will take care of itself, and learning from your past is pointless.
okay, what the? See,
Like
like
some
we
of
were,
these are some of these are clearly just absurd. Like
yeah.
learning from your past is pointless. Like
We were
who would actually
kind of doing well there because live in the moment. I agree. Don't stress out over things you can't control. What happens will happen. The future will work itself out the way it does. Great. Don't learn from your past. Like why? Why did
Yeah.
we have to take that turn?
Yeah. I think they take it to the nth degree.
And
I mean, I guess that's why you're a psychopath,
I guess, but like,
right? Like you actually take it there. Okay,
so
11. Oh,
we
sorry.
we completely disagree. I guess then, like because we
Yeah. I
do
mean,
learn from our
I
past.
don't think that at all. I
Yeah.
think
Okay.
about
Cool.
the past all the time.
Cool.
11. I never feel remorse, shame, or guilt about something I've said or done.
What the?
Yeah, this is absolutely not true. I'm
Yeah.
mortified by like the shit I say all the time.
Right.
Which is unfortunate because I actually feel like this is kind of awesome.
Well, hold on. Wait.
Feel
Repeat
that
the
way,
question.
but I never feel remorse, shame, or guilt about anything I've said or done.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think I do need to think this one through a little bit. I do say some dumb shit sometimes, shamelessly. So to say I never do is absolutely incorrect. But to say that sometimes, like I'll say something dumb, but don't really feel any shame. Like I tell like a really crazy story about myself, and everyone will be like, "Holy
Yeah.
shit! I can't believe you were willing to tell that about yourself." I'm like, I don't really think much of it. I sometimes do that.
I
Like,
think there's a difference between
but it's never like
being
any.
like open and like being okay with who you are and what you've done. And there's a difference between that and feeling like, yeah, I just said something shitty to someone. Like, I
And
don't
I don't
feel
give a
any
shit.
shame, guilt. I
Right.
feel fine about that.
And considering it's a psychopath test, they're probably talking about saying something insanely rude or something and just
Yeah.
not caring.
Like, I'm trying to make this interesting. And like, you know what? Some of the stuff does kind of describe me. Like,
Right.
I have no problem or concern in lying in order to get what I want. I mean, if I was being truthful about that, like, that's just straight up no. Like, it's not, I have no problem or concern. But you know what? I mean, I do like white lie. I
Sometimes, yeah.
do definitely consider white lying all the
And
time.
that's why I've been trying to answer some of these
But
too.
yeah,
But
some of these are just like, man, I
yeah,
can't.
yeah, this one absolutely not. No, I couldn't.
All right, last one, 12.
Yeah, let's
I
make it
don't
good.
see the point in taking responsibilities of any kind. They just weigh you down.
Let's just see the results. Absolutely not.
But wait, hold on. Do you feel that at all? Actually, I think
What? Not
there's kind of
feeling
an interesting point on they just weigh like taking on responsibilities, they just weigh you down.
I
Are
mean,
you the type of person to be like, yeah, I don't want to be responsible for that. I'd rather just do my own thing and like
I'm the type of person where it's like I'd like to not be responsible for this and just drop it because I know what it'll do to me, but I can't. At the end of the day, I know it'll weigh me down, but I have to own up to it and I have to work
yeah,
through it. Like I am fully aware of what I'm about to undergo and what I'm about to do to myself, but at the same time, I can live with it because I can't not go that direction and just not take responsibility. So yes, it'll
yeah,
weigh me down, but whatever. I'm prepared. Well, I'm not prepared for it, but whatever. Bring it on.
yeah. I was trying to give it a last fighting chance to
Yeah.
make me a psychopath. But like that's the thing though, is I do see the point in taking on responsibilities. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah. All right, here we go. I'm gonna do you first. You scored a 3 because like you only half agreed with 3 of them.
Yeah.
So you answered this quiz consistent with people who would not generally be considered a psychopath by research
Woo.
methods currently used. Quickly, whatever.
So I guess you don't have to turn me into the authorities.
Ah, I'm honestly,
Come
I'm pretty
on.
bummed about that. Let's
No
see.
way.
Let's see what I scored.
Probably
I
like
scored a
one.
4.
What?
Yeah. You answered this quiz consistent with people who would not generally be a psychopath. Blah blah blah
But more than me.
blah. Yeah.
You psycho! I'm turning you in. I do have. I had a quick backup test that I wanted you to do, just you, before we wrap up.
Oh. Okay.
Obviously, we're not psychos. I'm not even going to tell you what the test is. I'll tell you after you're done. It's a quick one. Nothing intense.
Hit me.
Ooh. Question.
Wow.
Question 1. You're out on a date. Where are you? At the romantic lookout? At the arcade? Or the third option? Me on a date? Are you kidding?
It took me a moment to even know what the hell you were saying for the last one.
Right.
The first one.
At a romantic lookout?
Yeah, I think
Nice.
probably if you asked me 5 years ago,
Yeah.
it would have been either 2 or 3.
Okay. Question 2. You're alone with your cute partner or date. What are you doing? Huh, nice, dude. Congrats. She's
I'm alone
she's
with
a
them?
cute one. Your partner's a cute one, huh?
I'm alone with them?
Yeah, you're alone.
I mean, there's a million things we could be doing.
Well, no, I'm about to give you 3 options if you let me say them.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You
Yeah.
piece of
Please do.
shit.
Please do.
I'd actually really appreciate it because I got quite scared when you just left it open-ended.
I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not touching her. I'm not doing anything.
Nothing, sir. Okay, the options are making out, chatting and flirting, or playing a board game.
The first one.
Nice, dude. That's like, so
'Cause I like kissing girl and stuff.
you loser.
Dude, I like girls and like stuff.
That's really awesome, man. I'm proud of
Yeah.
you. Congrats.
Yeah, it's like pretty. Yeah, like sex and like tits and just, yeah, that stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to elaborate at all, or do you think you've said enough?
Yeah, I guess I'm just like a pimp or whatever.
Absolutely not. You said you like sex and tits or whatever. No pimp's ever said that in the history of pimps.
Wow, the history of pimps. All right, third question.
Final question. You're caught under the mistletoe. Where do you kiss your partner? Lips, cheek, or ew? I wouldn't be caught kissing my partner.
Yeah, definitely lips.
Okay.
Why would you? Okay, first of all, even if it was someone random, I'd still kiss them on the lips, probably.
Well, you piece of shit, without even getting consent, I smack you for this.
I mean, no. Was it? Wow, was that a sound effect? That sounded really. That sounded pretty good.
I'm good at that, right?
Yeah.
I can do a lot of sound effects.
No, I mean, obviously it would be consensual, but I just mean like, why? I don't know. If you're under a mistletoe and
why would you kiss them on the cheek?
I feel like that's a cop out.
Yeah, who does that?
That's a silly.
Oh,
goof.
dude, that wasn't the last question. There's 3 more. Okay.
Oh, geez.
Question 4. What do you get your crush for their birthday? Oh, okay. Well, this question is the test is tailored a certain way, which I've been trying to disguise, and this question kind of gives it up.
Okay, well, just do 5 and 6 then.
Okay, no, but you can't. You have to answer. You fuck. Okay, you have to answer all of them. Okay.
Tell me it last then.
I'll just give you 2. I'll just give you 2 options. Their
Okay.
latest, you know what? Tickets to their favorite like event, whether sporting event, concert, whatever.
Okay.
The latest like CD or I guess like track of something that they're into, or a card.
The first one for sure.
Event. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Your date drags you to their friend's lame party. You make like pink and get the party started, pretend to enjoy the party, or sulk in the corner like the nasty little boy that you are. You little sulking Willy.
Jesus, man. Okay. I'd like to say 1, but probably 2.
Pretend to enjoy?
Yeah.
Why not 1? I could see you getting the party. I guess if you're with a bunch of people that you don't know that just seem lame, I'd be uncomfortable trying to get them like, let's get on our feet, guys. Like,
yeah, I think. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Is that like, yeah, I'd be down to party, but I think like if it's a party that's kind of lame or whatever, like not my vibe, I'm not gonna like force my way of having a good time on other people or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? If they're like, or if they're like going crazy or something, and I'm like, whoa, these guys need to chill the fuck out.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, let's fucking live it up.
Exactly.
I'm probably just gonna like, or I don't even know what I'm saying. But either way, like, I don't force like the way I like to do things on other people. Like,
you won't.
I wouldn't force. Yeah, I wouldn't change the vibe of whatever I'm at.
Exactly. You wouldn't force people to be lit, but you also wouldn't weigh everyone down by just sulking and being annoying.
I would amplify it if it was like a good time. I'd be like, yeah, I'm into this, and then like make it better. But if it's just like a wine and cheese, like it's very like formal and whatever, I'd probably be like, this isn't really my thing. But I'm not gonna be like, yo, let's fucking party, bro.
Babe, this sucks. Why would you do this to me? Freaking out in the corner. Okay, last question.
Okay.
Your most exciting What? All right. Your most exciting experience with a partner so far has been option 1.
Does it have to do with like tits?
Option 1, a goodnight kiss. Option 2, holding hands. Option 3, being smiled at. Does it have to do with tits? Like, you tell me.
Is this for like 13-year-olds or something?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess. Wait, say them again.
A goodnight kiss, holding hands, or being smiled at.
And this is like the most exciting moment in our relationship?
Mm-hmm. Not in a relationship. It could, let's say, on a first date.
Okay, so a good night kiss on a first date. I guess that's pretty dope.
Nice.
The second one was
holding hands, and the last one was being smiled at, which if you say that, I quit the podcast.
I mean, I guess a good night kiss.
All right, cool. Yeah. Score your test?
Sure.
All right. Your score is 92. First round draft pick. You are the ideal girlfriend. Every head turns when you walk past a group of guys. You use your personality, charm, and good looks to the best of your advantage. You know what guys look for in a girl, and you are it. Any guy would love to be in a relationship with you. You are perfect girlfriend material.
I love that. Fuck
nice, dude. Congrats, man. You did really well. 92 out of 100?
Who knew all guys wanted was a girl who just loves tits?
Yeah, so it was a girlfriend test. All the questions were like, what would you do with your guy? Or like your best guy experience. So I was trying to
that's why you're like, yeah, your significant other with like the sporting event. Yeah.
I had to kind of sashay it up a bit, but I don't even think I just used that word correctly. Regardless, yeah, we are 40 minutes in. We learned that we're not psychopaths, and you make a great girlfriend. Any takeaways as we walk away from this?
Arrivederci.
So we're gonna have to talk, man, after this is over.
About
like about everything that just happened. That like. First of all, I'm never asking you that question, outroing an episode again, but like thank you for listening to the I May Regret This podcast. I don't know. I guess we'll see you next week. Questions, feedback, whatever. imrt.podcast on Instagram, dan.and.canal@gmail.com. I don't know. Thanks for...
Isn't it great how like I'm kind of feeling awesome right now and like you're feeling like I was in the beginning?
You really flipped the script on me here. I'm not okay with it. But no, this was fun. Daniel, anytime I spend with you is always a good... Sorry, go ahead, man. You want to sing, right? Go ahead.
No, I was done.
No, because I was about to compliment you. But no, you want to sing so bad, right? Go ahead, man. Ruin my outro. Do it. Because we don't have Azim ready to go with our outro music, just waiting for us to fade him in. So, you know what? Go ahead. You do the outro. No outro music this time. Guys, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Go ahead, Daniel. Take it away.
I just flipped the switch. Switch. I don't know.
That's it. I promise you that's the outro music. Thank you for listening, everyone.
I just flipped the switch. I don't know about it.